You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Nope.
Backlog boys.
No, probably not.
Hey, it's October.
You know what that means?
It means all your fall TV shows have started, and that cool, crisp air is breezing.
Yep.
It's that time of year, folks. There's a lot of shows that are starting up right now.
What's piqued your interest?
Okay, Piked?
Peaked. Sorry.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I've talked about the show at least once before on the show. Gotham, the one that's about Gotham City before Batman, where Bruce Wayne is a kid.
Yeah.
And the main
looks interesting.
The main character is Commissioner Gordon, like as a younger cop before he's the commissioner. It's a really good show. I was slow to warm, but then I got really into it. And me and Liz watch it on the on like the Fox website.
Okay.
Because we don't watch regular TV. We just don't have it. We don't have time to catch shows when they actually air.
Like most
people
our age.
People. Yeah. So we watch it on the Fox thing, which is great. You know, it's kind of like a variant of Hulu, but you don't have to pay anything for it. Which, screw you, Hulu. If you're listening, I used to love you. Turn my back on you because you turned your back on me.
Sepia mode.
Dude, it's Lion.
Yeah.
What up, baby? Dude, is he making Erica swoon?
I think he is.
Oh man, you fucker, Lion.
Oh, but he's
you fucker.
He has low self-esteem though, so he doesn't have the confidence to make the moves.
Okay.
Though he feels he should make a move.
There's another thing we should talk about later on. I just thought of
making moves.
Self-esteem. But yeah, Gotham. When you watch shows on the Fox website, it's like it's kind of like other ones where like the current episode is what's available, and you have to wait for like the next episode to unlock. You know, like a certain number of days after it's actually aired on regular TV.
Yep.
But the thing that sucks about it is only a certain number of the previous episodes are available. So like if you get behind on watching them and you miss episodes, if it gets like 2 or 3 episodes ahead, you won't be able to go back and watch the episode from like 2 or 3 episodes ago.
Oh, okay.
Because only like 2 or 3 are available at a time.
So it's all kind of time sensitive.
Yeah. So what happened was we didn't watch it for a little while because we were watching other shit or we were busy or whatever. And then it was like, oh, we missed these 2 episodes. So do we just keep watching the rest of the season and just skip the 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Or do we wait for the whole season to end and go on Netflix and then catch up?
Yep.
And we chose the second option. So the second season finally ended because the third one's about to start.
Okay.
So they put the second season up on Netflix, and now we're catching up after like months of having not seen it. And feels really good to be watching it again. Whoa, that's a new guy.
Yep.
He looks like a regular dude.
He does.
Who's like cosplaying as a Fire Emblem character.
Yeah.
He has the rare brown hair.
Yep. The normal hair color. Dude, there was a person in one of my classes, and it was like a big like lecture hall class. So, you know, I don't know who this is, but she comes in kind of like late, like class has just started, and I'm like way in the back because that's where my lab section sits. And she comes in and has like the like lighter blue, like chrome color hair.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right.
I see you.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
She pulled it off.
The other show that we're watching, we're big MasterChef fans.
Yes.
Because I'll watch anything that has Gordon Ramsay in it.
Okay.
He's my guy.
I love his response, or him responding to other people tweeting him.
Oh,
Have you seen
dude, yeah,
those?
when
Those are fire.
people send their...
He just destroys them.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's so great.
Those are great.
It's so great. But he has a show going all the time, like year round. And the summertime show that he's in is MasterChef, which we love watching. And that one has like just ended, and we're catching up on like the final episodes. And then his show that's in the fall is Hell's Kitchen, which is where he just yells at people. And that's how I originally like discovered him and came to love him so much, was from watching Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
So I'm super excited for the new season of that to start. It's just such a like guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of just like, it's basically the real world in a kitchen.
Yep.
With Gordon Ramsay. People are just like stupid, like catty drama.
Yep.
And it happens to also be a competitive cooking show.
Yeah.
And so many of the people can get so like trashy. It's like crazy.
I like. I don't like most shows like that, but I can see myself liking that.
Yeah, that's totally an exception for me. Like, I don't watch any of those other shows that are like that. And I totally acknowledge, like, how, like, it's totally a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Like, masked as something else. Because that's exactly how it plays out. And, like, the editing is so, like, predictable and, like...
Yeah.
It's so, like, everything is so contrived and controlled. Like, they, you know, they'll, like, somebody will say something, and then they'll just cut to a random clip of somebody, like, making, like, a negative face.
Yeah.
To show you that you're supposed to have a negative reaction to whatever the person said, and they'll play like a stupid little like a sound effect even, but the clip they show of the person's face isn't a response to that. You know, they just make it whatever they want.
Yeah, they're like rewriting the entire.
They're basically rewriting the show by like, I'm sure they have to sign all these crazy like release forms. That's like your speech can be edited and modified and blah 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 in any way we see fit for the production value of the show, you know. And it's so evident that they'll do that to try to like make the audience think a certain way.
Remember this guy?
The guy on the right?
Yeah,
I do remember him. I don't remember who he is.
So he was with
or where he comes from.
Larico and Dozla.
Oh, he's the third in their little group?
Yeah, he was the third of the
Okay,
the
so
trio.
he's a dude. He's a good dude.
Yeah,
Sweet.
But he's just caught up with the enemy currently because he's a mercenary. So
he's
been hired
by the enemy.
Yep.
But he wants to come help us eventually.
Yep.
Are we gonna get him?
Oh yeah.
He's good?
He's good.
Awesome, dude.
Well,
what's his name?
His name's Rennick.
Rennick. I
Yep.
remember that name.
But we need him.
Because he's real good.
Well, he's a rogue. He can unlock chests.
Oh, dude, we're finally gonna replace Colm.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Well, Colm can never be replaced, but we're gonna do what we can.
Okay.
And we'll have a stand-in. So,
all right.
So I've been watching, as I said, or I ran into a similar issue, but
with timeouts of air episodes.
Yeah, with the
It's really
Expanse.
annoying. Oh yeah, did we talk about that show?
We did
on the show.
I think a little bit.
Was it during Champions?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
wait. Maybe it was GoldenEye, but it's insane. It's so good.
I gotta check that out.
It's the best season of television I've seen so far.
Man,
I've only
dude,
seen the first. I have the first book now, and it's also really good.
It's tragic how little time I have to watch shows. I have so
Cormac, kill him.
Show many.
Love Cormac.
I have so many shows to watch. So many shows, you guys. I'm like trying to watch season 2 of Attack on Titan.
Yep.
I've seen 4 episodes of the second season, and I've been watching it for
many
like
in a season?
months. I don't know, probably 20. I just watched the 4th episode last night, and God, it's brutal. God, that show is so brutal. It's so good. It's the closest thing to horror that I'll watch.
Okay.
Like it really is. It really is horror in some ways.
Okay.
It's just there's so much despair and bleakness. I don't know what the noun form of bleak is. I guess it's got to be bleakness. Bleck.
Bleck. Still on that.
Bleckity.
But yeah, so right now, or it's run. The show is through Sci-Fi,
Right.
And you can get it on Amazon's video service with Amazon Prime. So my mom has Amazon Prime, so I got
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Video. Okay.
Amazon Prime is fantastic. It's so worth the money.
So it has the first season on Amazon Prime TV, but the second season, which is already out, and the third season's in production. The second season can be purchased on Amazon at the moment, but not viewed outright.
Oh, it's like a
for free.
pre-order.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm unfortunately not able to watch that yet.
So you've just seen the first season?
Yes, but
Okay.
but the first season is the best season of television I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's insane.
That's lofty.
Yeah. The production value is unparalleled.
Sounds cool.
Here comes trouble.
Hey, Carlisle. Impressive work you've done here. My compliments. Who's that purple Lion girl? She looks just like Lion.
That is Lion.
That is Lion?
Yeah.
His hair looks purple.
It is.
Instead
I think
of like
it is
silver.
because I don't think we've ever seen him not in sepia tone.
Oh, really?
So this is what he really looks like.
Because like all the pictures that I would look up for like bits and other series, he had like silver hair,
Oh, really?
like in his like official art. But it looks purple right now.
I think it's actually purple. Yeah.
Dude, he's got a major Kuja vibe going on.
Kuja.
Kuja's the bad guy from Final Fantasy IX, who's like the counterpart of the main character.
Okay.
He's got silver hair, and he's like super effeminate,
Okay.
and wears like a thong, and he's like,
okay.
he has like eyelashes and like makeup, and he's like super androgynous.
That's pretty androgynous.
Like he's definitely a guy, but you're like when you see him.
So what's going on here for anyone
This guy
playing along at home? Carlisle was like
Carlisle's the guy on the
Queen's-
left,
he was the Queen's
regular guy.
like guard captain.
The guy on the left should just be called like Bob.
Yeah, George on the left here is he used to be the Queen's like chief guard.
Okay.
And
then who's the guy on the right again?
That's Kalec. He's one of the Grado generals.
Okay.
With Walter.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
others. So essentially they told Carlisle, look, if you get us,
Lion's a babe.
yeah,
Look at him. It looks like a beautiful woman.
he does, and kind of like a little bit messy hair too.
Oh, and the
you know?
soft eyes,
Yep.
and the non-prominent jawline.
And
He's a lady.
would you call that a tiara? No, it's a tiara.
circlet.
That's a circlet because a tiara is only on the front.
Yes.
Right? Is that the difference?
Yeah, believe so. What were we saying?
What was I saying? Was it about plot?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
about plot.
Well, anyway,
Knock, knock. It's a dragon.
yeah. Bad news.
Open up.
Bad news, everyone inside.
No, it's the cops.
Yeah, we're the police.
Yeah, classic bit.
But so he bamboozled Carlisle. So he said, Carlisle, let us in.
Kalec did.
Yeah. He
Okay.
said, let us in and you can have the queen, because he knew that Carlisle was in love with his queen.
Oh, he was in
So
love
he
with
said,
the queen.
look, turn over the castle. We'll give you the queen.
Oh, nice.
And then
Got like 1 billion of those.
we need those. Because there's chests, dude. There's chests all over this level.
But aren't we
We're
going to get
some
Rennick
stuff.
and he's going to open up chests?
Yeah, but we're going to open up this one while we're here with the key.
Ooh, it's a purple chest.
But he like essentially said, yeah, here you go, Carlisle. I'm gonna take the queen because I need to get the sacred stone.
My sprite's better.
If you don't
If you don't let us in, I'll blow your house down.
fend off the bad guys outside, I'll kill the queen. So
Oh, he's holding the queen hostage.
also to get the sacred stone
Oh, there's a sacred stone here?
in Johanna, yes,
Johanna.
this kingdom.
We're in Johanna.
Yep, she's the queen up there.
The red-haired girl
Yeah,
that was hiding behind Kalec?
yes.
Okay.
Well, no, Kalec was taking her.
Or yeah,
Yes,
her sprite was behind his sprite.
dude, Cormac. I'm excited for him.
This dragon is just in the lobby of this building.
Yep.
Like, yo, what up?
Yeah, I'm here. What of it?
So, Vaughn, how does it feel to have the longest series in year 2?
I didn't expect it.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
I mean, because you warned me that this was going to be an undertaking when we started.
Yes, I did.
But I obviously didn't know really what that meant.
Well,
But
because
yeah.
you've never Fire Emblemed, so
No, I have
that's
not.
understandable.
Well, I've never Fire Emblemed the right way.
right.
I have Fire Emblemed
Oh, you did Fire
once
Emblem once
the wrong way.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was bad.
I guess it's an honor.
Okay. Yeah, you're like the dark cloud of year 2.
Yeah,
This is like the
Start-
dark. This is
starting
the
off
dark
strong.
cloud of year 2.
yeah.
I was thinking
Well,
about that
it's
the other
also
day.
a little bit akin to Boys Lock because it's a challenge run.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's got a little of both of those flavors in
Little
it.
notes. Yeah.
Notes of flavor. Yeah.
Been seeing that word like super overused on products lately.
Notes.
Like saying that like something has notes
Oh.
of something because it's come into like common
it
vernacular.
it irritates me when
Because now
like,
everyone watches like television and stuff like that, so they think that they're a foodie.
Yeah.
It's like how the smartphone wave made everyone think they're a photographer.
Yeah.
Now everyone thinks that they're a foodie. You know, they're talking about their palate and they're talking about notes of things and food and they're talking about presentation and like we're in like the Instagram food
Yep.
wave.
One thing
It's
I
kind
don't
of funny.
like at all is when someone says about like a wine, there's notes of
Of
17 different things.
Oh my gosh, dude.
In this one wine. It's like how
Like
who's keeping what?
yeah, whose palate is I found out
How?
I found out recently there's a type of you can actually test your taste buds and there's a small percentage of people that are super tasters
Super tasters.
that have more sensitive and like detectability within their taste buds.
That's interesting.
Like they have the same number of taste buds as everyone else, but they're more like they're more.
It's like
I don't want to say more
amplified?
accurate, but they're more sensitive. But like they can discern. They're like more discerning.
like they can kind of go deeper and like
Yeah,
taste.
and there's this paper.
That was bad.
There's this paper that you can
was a-
get. Was that just a 1?
It was 2, I think, but not good things.
There's this paper you can get, and you put it on your tongue.
Whatever.
And if you're a super taster,
Oh, and it tests it.
it tests you
Oh,
as a
interesting.
super taster. So like if you're a super taster, it tastes like bitter, and you get like a flavor from it.
Okay.
And if you're just a regular person, if you're a pleb,
A pleb.
it doesn't taste like anything.
Would you self-describe as a pleb?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I've never done this.
I thought you were talking about it because you have.
No,
you just
I found
know
out. I found out about it
Okay.
from Liz.
Okay.
You know, because she works for and they
Yep.
test products and all this kind of stuff. And all the people in her department
Did you just pull a Vaughn?
did it. What?
She works at beep.
I mean,
Accidentally say the.
I don't think that's as
Okay, yeah, that's not as
that's not as like incriminating.
specific. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I could.
I'm pretty bad at that.
I could bleep that out. But yeah, all the people she works with did that test.
What did she come up with?
She came up as regular.
Okay.
And like only one of them was a super taster.
Okay.
And
So it can't be
like
that
it apparently that
common.
that explains why like certain people taste certain things as different than most people taste them.
Yeah.
Like some
There's
people
certain
like
chemicals that like certain percent of the population tastes as bitter, and other people just like won't know that that flavor's there.
Yeah.
And like one of them's what am I?
Isn't there something that like I seem to remember that there's something that like a lot of people eat, and then some people eat it and it tastes like shrimp, and it's something like not even remotely similar. It's like Oreos or something.
What?
Like there's like some small percentage of people when they eat some like common snack like Oreos. It's not Oreos, but something like that.
I think there's something
That's
like
super
that
common.
with
And these people
certain
don't eat
color M&Ms. Like there's like one color
Oh,
of
maybe
M&M
that's what
that,
it was.
that certain people are like, oh, that I can't eat that color.
Yeah, because
there's
it
some
tastes like
flavor that I
fish
taste
or something. Yeah. It's something like that. It's crazy.
It's interesting.
And I think those people are typically super tasters.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't predict that I'm a super taster, but I'd love to find out.
Yeah. I
feel like my taste buds are actually pretty weak.
think I
Probably from like
I would
all
think
the
I'm a pleb.
sour candy that
I'm
I've
a pleb. Oh, you
ate
just
as a kid.
destroyed your.
That's what it feels like. Sometimes,
Well, doesn't spice also do that slowly?
yeah, spicy food. Yeah, it could be because like there's certain foods. Well, and I think I over season a lot of my food versus what normal people might do. Like I like things really salty a lot of
Okay.
times, and I can eat things that are really sour and really bitter, like far extremes. Mm-hmm. To the point where I think if I eat stuff that's more like middle of the road, sometimes it doesn't even like hardly taste like anything.
Yeah.
So I think my taste buds are actually kind of weak, and that's why I like really punchy flavors, is because I can actually taste it.
This class that I was talking about earlier,
Which class were you talking to me about?
when the girl came in, she had blue hair,
When the girl came in, she had blue.
anime color hair.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, you
This-
said class, and I'm like Fire Emblem, Fire Emblem,
Oh.
Fire Emblem. You're talking about school.
School, yes.
Yes. Vaughn's a schoolboy.
They're
Back school
so
boys.
we were learning about
Back to school boys.
Back to school. I like that.
Except not me.
Not you.
Never.
But Liz and Bracky.
Yes.
Bracky's back.
Bracky is back in school.
Yes. We also
After-
want him back on the show eventually, but
Well, yes, that is our hope. Send
So
your
this
send your
is-
fan mail.
this is Cormag's
We'll deliver it to Bracky.
benefit. He doesn't need good level ups all the time.
Oh, right, 'cause he's
so
just
good
good.
already that like
You don't have to like pray for a good roll
Yeah.
like Ross or something.
he will just be good.
Tana, how you doing, girl? I missed you.
You like her?
It's only been a week for everyone watching the show, but for me, it's been
been an
a
eternity.
long time. Yeah.
So we were learning about genetics and
About what?
genetics.
Oh,
Did I just say it fast?
it sounded like you were just like genetics. Okay, very interesting
And
topic.
There's like, so all mutations that happen in like human genes all start as like one instance of a mutation, and then it spreads from there. Like that's the only way.
Right, you pass it on to another person.
So like,
and the likelihood increases.
Yeah. There's this
even to the point of like red hair, right? It's like a mutation, technically.
And then since, over long periods of time, like places like,
not saying y'all gingers are mutants.
Well, they were at one point. But that's why like blonde hair is prevalent in one place, because one person had it, and then over time, as like the human race spread out, it stayed with certain groups of people and not with others. But there is this like HIV resistant gene where like people who have this gene are very resistant to HIV.
Really?
Like just naturally.
Wow.
And it all started with like one mutation on a single gene, which would have had to have been like over 1,000 years ago.
Whoa. And it's been carried on.
Yeah. And so now like a huge
incredible
percentage of people in like Scandinavia and Russia, because it must have been someone from Scandinavia, and then Vikings carried it as they pillaged much of the world.
Great job, Vikings.
Yeah, nice, thanks.
Wow, wouldn't that be something?
Actually, thank you.
Wouldn't that be something if these horrible Vikings, like looting towns, burning them down, sacking, and like capturing women, and doing.
Did you see that dodge,
dude?
Look, he's standing on it.
Dude, he did his dragon. He like kick flipped the dragon.
Yeah. That was sweet.
Yeah,
Dude,
wouldn't that be something if horrible, like inexcusably sexually violent behavior thousands of years ago by barbaric Vikings is the cause of the cure for AIDS thousands of years later? Like that is the craziest irony that I could possibly think of.
Yeah. I mean, that's where this gene came from. So
wow.
It's possible.
That
Vikings were the answer.
That's insane.
But yeah, and that's also how like Genghis Khan's genes are like
they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
And like
25%. Hopefully they were half
people,
decent.
Yeah, hopefully he's not spreading crap.
Yeah. Spreading crap.
But I just find that so interesting how like it all starts with like one instance and then it all spreads from there.
Dude, Linkin Park was right. Starts with one thing. Yeah.
Let's see here. Did we already get that chest? Yeah, we did.
So, okay, Vaughn, I said I wanted to talk about self-esteem because I saw an interesting argument about self-esteem that I'd never heard before. And basically the argument was that self-esteem is made up and is more...
I think I heard this.
Could be more of a hindrance or just as much of a hindrance as a help, and that people should just not think about self-esteem. It was very interesting. It was actually, ironically, other people listening to this, there's a high probability that they have also seen the same video because it was a YouTube ad.
Yep, I saw this ad
and
for sure.
I didn't, and for some reason I was just like, oh, this is kind of interesting, and I was like doing dishes and my hands were wet, so I was like, okay, I won't go out of my way to skip this. Yeah, I'll just listen to it.
I was in the same instance because I was driving and I was listening to like video game music.
Oh yeah, and then the ad came on.
And then an ad came on, but I was driving it, so I wasn't gonna like go over and skip, like figure out where the skip button was or whatever.
Yeah. And I wouldn't normally talk about something like this, but I actually found it interesting, and I think whether you agree with it or not, it's kind of like one of those like required listening type things. Like it's just like, I think it's a perspective that people should be aware of.
Because I feel like I don't remember a whole lot about it.
Okay, so
could you elaborate?
The average people? I hate this word. The average millennial, the average person from our generation and nearby generation, neighboring generations, are predominantly raised with the idea that we should have high self-esteem, right?
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people from other generations, like baby boomers and things like that, think that that's part of the quote problem with people from our generations, is that we were raised with too high of a self-esteem. And that we think that, this is where the whole special snowflake thing comes from, is that we think that we're special and that we deserve something because we were told our whole lives that we were special.
Get a trophy for everything you do.
Right,
and
participation ribbons and all that.
Extensions of all that.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I necessarily subscribe to that.
Yeah.
But I do think it's important to think about because I think for some people that's definitely true. There are definitely some people who expect a certain amount of credibility right off the bat. And I'm the kind of person that believes that you should. I like to live by the golden rule. You do unto others as you would have them do to you.
Okay.
So if you don't know somebody,
It's not silence.
no. Well, silence is golden, but it's not the golden rule.
Yeah.
No. So I strongly believe that if you don't know somebody and you don't know anything about them, and you've never met them, or even if you do know something about them, but if you don't know them personally, you should give them a clean slate. Treat them with respect initially, and if they don't return your respect, then you don't have to respect them if you don't want to. But if somebody treats you with respect, even if you don't like them, you should return that respect. That's basically what I'm talking about. And then the self-esteem thing comes into play because it's like certain people think that they're entitled to something, and then the whole.
So this is Cormac's other strength. He's so strong, it doesn't matter that he's weak to bows. He can still kill them.
He can handle like
it doesn't
8 or 9 damage twice.
Yeah.
Go on.
Anyways,
I'm just kind of rambling at this
Dicks out
point.
for Cormac.
But what do you? Yeah, Vaughn's full dicks out for Cormac.
oh man.
How do you feel about that, Vaughn? What is your take? Since you saw the same video, but yeah, basically you wanted me to remind you of the premise of the video. The premise of the video was don't think about high self-esteem. Don't think about forcing yourself to have high self-esteem, and if you feel like you have low self-esteem, don't use that as a crutch.
Yep.
Don't focus on that fact. Just have no self-esteem. As in, just don't even think about it.
Yep.
And I thought it was interesting, especially if
it is interesting.
If you feel like you're a person that suffers from low self-esteem, and it ends up you feel like that's like an unavoidable facet of your personality.
What is 5? I think. So I saw a Facebook video. You know how like you watch a Facebook video and then like on your phone it'll
it's horrible.
Prep like 15 more.
Oh, it's horrible.
So that usually it sucks.
They're actually launching another separate app. Like how Messenger used to only exist in Facebook and now it's its own app.
Yep.
They're now launching a Facebook video app.
Please.
Have you seen this where you're on your phone and every time you watch a video, it's like, you can watch Facebook videos off of Facebook. Do you want to do that? Like anytime you hit back from that little
There's
black
this thing
hole.
called YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, it's so bad. Well, I was actually listening to some social media bigwigs, if you will, talk about Facebook video, and apparently that's the next big thing for money.
For money.
Because apparently
it's not the next big thing.
No, it's not the next big. It's not the next big
Let's
thing.
get that straight.
It's not the next big thing, like popularity wise, but apparently
So
like
look, no big deal. He's like, yeah, what?
The monetization potential.
You got arrows, so
is so much higher than YouTube. Because Facebook videos get so many more views than YouTube videos.
They do.
But anyways,
I actually saw, to the credit of that horrible system that like forces videos on you and is not really turn offable.
Oh, how you'll just see random crap in your feed. Oh God, Facebook is such a fucking garbage pit.
There were 2 videos that I actually found a lot of value in. That I saw.
Yeah, I mean, you keep throwing darts, you'll hit the bullseye eventually.
You'll eventually get a couple.
Yeah.
Because there are videos on Facebook that are okay, and it just takes a while to find those. But
yeah.
There was one similar to this that was talking about.
There's gold in this here river.
It was talking about like why. There was a guy who was a millennial, and he was talking about.
Now, when you say that, do you mean that he was an archetype, or he was just born around the same time as us?
Second one.
Okay.
He is born in that time frame that people use to describe.
Okay.
Us.
Yeah. Important distinction.
Yes. So he. And it's just one guy. He's like on some sort of panel being interviewed, and he's the only one of that type. So they're like, okay, you're an expert on millennials now. Tell us about your kind. Which was kind of a shitty position to be put in as this guy.
Yeah, that's really not fair at all.
But he like comes out of it pretty well, and he like was talking about why he thinks so he thinks that a lot of perceptions about millennials are true, but he thinks it's because of the way we were raised that screwed us, and not just because of our parents, but because of our parents' parents and their parents' parents. Like, it all comes down on us, and it's not like our fault.
It's totally
that there's these perceptions.
It's totally accurate,
and it like
in my mind,
it was interesting, but a lot of it was like, because now his argument was like, oh well, yes, we can sometimes be justly described like this or like that, but the world around us also takes advantage of that.
Nature versus nurture.
Like, the world around us also pushes that on us and reinforces all of our bad habits, and like the way that Facebook makes it so videos will automatically play, or like video games are made in a way to like make you play constantly. Yeah, or like things like, there's all these things that are made to make us like do that.
Right.
That are designed to make us want to act in like ways that other people would say from other generations, oh, that's a shitty way to be.
Yeah. Well,
it was interesting, like the way he was framing it. He wasn't framing it as all bad things, but like,
yeah. Well, it's totally true, because we're like the prime consumers now.
Yeah. Like,
all of these people that are quote millennials are in their early 20s and 30s, and so they're like,
Cormac is also a wall.
He's everything.
You'll get a good demonstration of all what he's capable of.
So
in this
they're like
chapter.
We're like the prime consumers of like pretty much everything, like popular media, anything on the internet. Mm-hmm. So people are making things for these people based on those stereotypes, to play to those preferences, and reinforces them,
which just sinks some people down.
So it's like, oh well, everybody needs instant gratification, and everybody needs this type of payoff, and everybody wants this, oh, they know we like Star Wars, stuff like that.
I see you like,
so it like, oh well, everybody just wants convenience, and everybody's ready to give up their privacy, and it just keeps like exponentially cascading. It's crazy.
But I had seen this before I saw that ad, and it reminded me of the ad, but like in more depth. It was like a 30-minute talk.
Yeah.
And I actually listened to the whole thing, and I was like, oh damn,
that was a great role.
That was spicy.
It is a cruel irony though that like I'm not saying it's like this, but like the generalized stereotype is that the hardworking baby boomer looks down on the millennial for being lazy and entitled, when all of those lazy, entitled snowflake millennials were made by baby boomers.
Yeah.
That's such a cruel irony of stereotypes.
And I mean, it goes both ways, but like every once in a while you like see a meme that's like, because some baby boomers like make memes, and so they'll like make memes making fun of millennials, but then millennials will just fire back because millennials made memes.
We invented the memes. yeah.
And there's like a bunch
give us those back.
There's a bunch of super spicy ones that are like,
I mean, if you can appreciate all of it in jest, that's the best that you can do.
Yes.
Because don't be like bound to your generational archetypes. Just be yourself.
Yes.
But yeah, it's good if you can joke about it, because it's not law.
I do think there's something in like,
but there's totally truth to all of it.
I think we all know someone who like has this perception of themselves that was like put on them by someone else,
right?
Which kind of comes to the self-esteem thing that you were talking about, like
where someone
you're made to think that you have this low self-esteem, so then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and somebody like is like, oh, you kind of do this, and because it makes sense to you, you take it as fact. You're like, oh, yes, I do that.
Well, because it's told to you by someone that who's you like
seemingly credible.
Yeah, whose input you would normally value.
Yeah,
and like there's
it becomes like an easy answer for a question that you previously didn't have an answer for.
Yes.
So you're like, oh, okay. So now I know this about myself, and it becomes fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the self-fulfilling prophecy.
And I think most people know someone you always know something about a lot of people in your life that they don't know about themselves, and you can see, something in your life is this way because of this, and like
it's clear as day to an outsider.
Yeah, and
observer.
I think there could be something to that in what this ad was saying, where like your self-esteem can be a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, well, and that it's projected onto you a lot of times, and it doesn't come from within.
Yeah, I remember when I watched that, I was like, there's some of it was nuanced. I was like, there's some of this I think I would subscribe to, and some of this I wouldn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
As with literally everything.
Well, true, but that's why I was saying, like, I didn't necessarily subscribe to it, but I thought there was a lot of value in it.
Yeah.
And that it's one of those kind of like required listening things, because it should just make you think about it.
Ooh, the
in a different
other
way.
Facebook video that I found while I was away for the summer, it was this talk, or no, it was a graduation speech from this retired Navy admiral at UT Austin.
Great school.
Is it?
Been there. Yeah.
Okay.
Friends went there.
Austin's from Texas, if you didn't know.
Newsflash.
But so he was a retired Navy SEAL who...
Jesse Ventura?
He is. I didn't know that until
we talked about that.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, we talked about that.
But this was the video that made me learn that.
Oh, really?
That he was
Okay.
a Navy SEAL.
Noisy packaging.
So he was talking about, like, these are 10 things that I learned while being a Navy SEAL that you don't need to be in the military. Like, lessons that I learned in the military that you don't need to be in the military to apply. Like, they were pretty broad.
Yeah.
And one of the best speeches I think I've ever heard.
Cool.
Like he...
Speeches,
one,
man.
as a military person, there was a lot in it that, like, I could empathize with maybe more.
Sure.
But, like, all of the rest of the lessons were, like, so ironclad in, like, how universal they were, that it was like this... It was a fantastic speech. I think the guy's name is Admiral McRaven. So if you want to watch it,
Wow, that
do
does
that.
not sound like a real person.
McRaven.
With Admiral in front of it?
Yeah. Sounds like a made-up
I'm picturing
name.
Like somebody's pet burb with like a little hat and sash on.
Yep.
Look, guys, it's Admiral McRaven.
My girlfriend's cat.
She has a cat?
A shelter cat. Yes. Well, her parents,
Okay.
and she was there when they got the cat. Like, she still lived at home because there was a snafu with old roommates. But, so when
Maybe
they
I did know that. I just
when they got the
Didn't
cat
remember.
from it was a shelter cat. When they got it, the name that he was given was General Mustard. Was his name, and they were like, no,
I've been
He
seeing
is
some
now-
ridiculous shelter names.
he's now Simba.
That's good.
And
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, much better.
we're getting real close to getting the pupper.
You are.
Yeah.
I am.
And
So do you have, like, specific puppers in mind at the moment?
we've applied for 2 and we're waiting to hear back.
I got I gave Austin a glowing recommendation.
Dude, those people were serious. I'm
Were they?
surprised I haven't heard back from them yet. It is incredible how extensive these
process is?
pet adoption applications are.
And probably as they should be.
Yeah, it's totally justified. I knew it was going to be, exhaustive, I guess, but I underestimated to what degree it would be exhaustive.
Mm-hmm.
This application was like 8 pages long,
Man.
and it was like list every dog you've ever had. Tell us tell us the breed, tell us the dog's name.
I wouldn't have passed that. I don't know, like, my current dog's breeds.
Well, or like if you
Like,
didn't know, you would have to put that you
could say
didn't know.
that. Oh, but you had to put something.
You had
There
to
was-
describe and
That's-
name and
that's a lot.
and gender every dog you've ever had. You had to list the age that it lived to, and then if it was given away or died, you had to say why. And like they wanted as much detail as possible.
Oh. That guy's tough.
And then I had to give 3 personal references who were not just personal references, but the preference was that these 3 personal references were animal owners that also could speak to my potential as an animal owner. So like they needed to be personal references who had pets and had either seen me interact with their pets or other animals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I had to like go through
How many of those people did you need? I was one of them, by the way.
Three.
Okay.
Yes. So obviously I put down Vaughn because he's seen me around dogs and he knows me well. I took care of his dogs.
Yeah, I took care of my dogs a couple of times.
At one point. So, you know, that's a classy reference. But then after that, I was like, man, I've never like watched any of my other friends' dogs. So I just had to like list friends that knew me well and that had dogs. And they contacted all of them like immediately.
Yeah, like
and
a few minutes after you sent me that thing,
you got a message.
I got a text.
Yeah, so
they were very prompt.
I'm just eagerly awaiting contact from these people. But yeah, we applied for 2 different puppies. And,
puppy.
And yeah, there's some ridiculous names out there. They must have to name these guys in like 30 seconds before they get like.
Well, wouldn't they take, if they're old enough, wouldn't they take the name the dog already knows too? Like.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they're not puppies, but the ones that are puppies, it's like they just go ahead and give it a random name to help you, like, I guess, get excited about it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure most of them get renamed, because I'm not like I'm not going to adopt this dog because I don't like the name that they gave it. Mm-hmm. You know, just change it because we're only looking at puppies.
Okay.
We don't want anything that's more than like, you know, a month old. We want a pup.
If my menuing looks any better, I'm using the Game Boy now.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that. Vaughn is
Austin
not
came
using.
in clutch.
I don't know why we didn't do this sooner.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know it was an option.
Fest season 2.
Yeah, new and improved.
Yeah, well, this is more like season like 3 or 4. But yeah, I have the GBA cable for the GameCube. Actually, I have 4 of them because I'm cool like that.
So that's pretty cool.
So Vaughn
would get you some major points.
Vaughn is using his SP as a controller rather than the GameCube controller.
Because before we were using the GameCube controller, but like the D-pad on the GameCube controller it all moves.
The only thing that's not perfect.
Yeah, anytime you push any direction, the whole thing moves.
It's like an analog D-pad. It's not a true D-pad.
Yeah, and it's all sensitive enough that it'll. Yeah, we talked about that, right? Because I thought it was A, B, C, D.
Yeah,
but it's digital.
Yeah,
that's. I never knew that.
Well, actually, no. The D does stand for directional.
Directional,
but yeah,
but it's also digital.
But a true D-pad is like digital. It's like on off, no pressure sensitivity. When people say true D-pad, that's what they're talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, some more modern D-pads have pressure sensitivity, which is stupid.
Dude, imagine standing in a doorway.
Doing like front flips.
Yeah, and you and 19 of your friends on horses are trying to get through this doorway.
3 stooges.
And there's one dude just somersaulting around.
Formation, form up. Here we go.
Just the idea of this is.
They're all just kind of like standing behind him, like, get him, Gary.
They're rooting each other on.
Yeah, dude. Oh, Gary's dead. We got to move in. All right, Seth, you're up next.
So Garrick is also very strong and doesn't need a lot of lucky
doesn't
rolls.
Need great rolls. Yeah. That's nice.
Very, very solid already as they come, which is great.
So I'm checking out your notes here, and it looks like this is why you wanted everybody inside that room is because those guys come.
Yep.
And you can funnel them.
Yep. And you can just take them all like that,
one by one, Spartan style.
Yep. Once they're done though, we're gonna split up because we have to get this room next.
Nice.
So this is. If you didn't already guess this is going to be a multi-part.
Yeah, chapter. I mean, we're almost there.
Yeah.
A couple more minutes to go here.
Don't be shocked when this episode ends and you don't have closure. It'll be all right.
Do we'll ever really get closure in this series?
Eventually, yes.
When the game ends?
Yeah. When it's too late.
Yeah. In season 9 of Fest. Hang in there, guys.
No, there are. So to give you a frame of reference, I think there are a total of 21 or 22 chapters. We're on 15.
Okay, so we've crested the hill.
We have,
but I bet the chapters are harder and longer.
Yes. Yep. Like
this one could only be like halfway. Given that,
I'd say we're a little over, but take that as
Vaughn speak.
As Vaughn, yeah.
Take that as Vaughn with a grain of Vaughn.
Yep. You know what that means.
So
We've all been
Vaughn,
there.
we watched some videos before this session.
And
I
you
induct.
seem to like curate all of these.
I curated-
You chose. There was an arc. to
Yeah,
them.
I inducted Vaughn into a new school of thought.
Yes. But you didn't give me the closure on the thing that really piqued my interest.
Okay.
The Team 10.
Oh yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
yeah.
That's all we need to say about that. That was actually news to me when I when I saw it.
Was that just a Instagram post, or was that a
That
video?
was the top video in
That
his,
was a video.
in his feed.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to see that sometime.
Dude, it's a hot vlog. All
But
you out there
anyways.
clamoring for back vlog boys, hang on to your hats.
Do you think that's a faction?
No. Well, I mean, if it is, I hope not.
I could think of like 2 people that would want that.
Vlogs are so hot right now, and
But that also makes
it's not
them
going to happen.
That makes them not, you know.
I was listening to some person just trash vlogs about how like it's like an inflation of like the Instagram, image sharing wave where like you make these people make themselves seem larger than life.
Yep.
And their lives seem more glamorous and better than they actually are because they're sharing these like curated images. And then a vlog is like the vlog trend is like an expansion of that.
Yep.
Where people are showing them doing like these really fun things and these really neat things and interesting things or silly things. And it gives people the impression that their everyday life is just like that.
Yeah.
And that they're
defense for her is great.
getting a glimpse into it. And it's creating this like toxic, like false celebrity type thing. Or I guess I should just say celebrity.
I saw this story
it's the same with
about
all celebrities, I guess.
I saw this story about this Instagram model. Everyone and their brothers.
Meaning a hot girl who takes pictures of
No, a
herself.
dude.
A dude. Okay, a hot dude
And-
who takes pictures of
yeah.
himself.
An effeminate dude who takes pictures of himself.
Oh, dude, hashtag boys.
We're all over hashtag boys.
Yeah, if you search hashtag boys
You'll see a lot of
on
us.
Instagram, you'll see a lot of abs and a lot of soda tastings.
Yes. I'm glad that we
Speckled in between.
someone's got to be like searching that and like has seen it multiple of us, and it's just like who
What
who
is
the
this?
hell are these goons?
I wish somebody would come in and like throw shades and be like, get off our hash.
Hashtag get off our.
Hashtag give us back the boys.
That's rich.
Oh, dude, that would be some spicy back and forth. We're ready. We're ready. Hashtag
what was I-
boysers.
What was I saying? Oh, but your girl.
You were talking about the male
That's pretty
Instagram
good.
model.
Yeah, there was this
Love you, Tana.
awful story about this guy going to a convention where there would be other Instagram stars.
Oh,
right.
so hot,
So just
dude.
a huge concentration of Instagram
Just
stars.
a circle jerk.
And it was like the dude, or somehow like they weren't letting people in to the venue yet, and so the guy who has like 10,000 followers or something,
Okay.
which is pretty microscopic in the grand scheme of things, right?
Yeah.
And he goes up to this guy who's just a security guard working.
Oh, I saw
Have you
this.
seen this? It explodes.
Yes, and he goes off on this guy and talks to him like he's a piece of trash.
Yeah.
Calls him like a dog, calls him
Like
ugly.
a peasant.
Yeah. Oh, it was
It's-
the most despicable, stupid thing
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
It was like this.
And the guy just took it on the chin.
Yeah.
He was just like, who the hell are you?
God.
And the guy's doing the whole like, do you know who I am thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I have a spicy.
Do you?
I have a spicy.
Okay.
Along those same lines, but it got turned around on him. There was a United Airlines worker, this lady. Apparently, some United Airlines flight had to get like canceled last minute, and they had to like take people off this plane and like reaccommodate them. So there's this long line of passengers at the gate, at that little counter before you get on the plane.
Yep.
They're all lined up, and every single one of them has to either get put on a new flight to the same place they're trying to go, or get accommodated into like a hotel, and this means tons of money loss
Yep.
for the airline, and they're accommodating these people. And obviously United has had these like incidents in the recent years too.
Bad.
So
Had
they're
some bad ones.
So they're really trying to like go by the book here and do a great job and restore their image, right?
Yep.
So this lady's accommodating all these people. She's got this super long line. She's doing a great job. That's the setup for this situation. And then some fucking guy, you know, there's always one,
That guy.
storms up to the front of the line, budges
no.
in front of everybody, goes right up to the counter, starts banging on the counter,
Jesus.
and is like, you need to accommodate me right now, and demands that he be helped ahead of all these other people because such and such reason. And the woman is totally professional and says, I'm sorry, sir. You know, I understand that you're upset. Everyone else here is in the same situation. Unfortunately, I have to help everybody in the order that they're queued, and we will get to you as soon as we can. Thank you so much for your patience. You know,
By the way, that's a great
blah, blah, blah.
That's a great framing of, because I think there are some people who work that specific job that are not good at that. Like the airline teller.
They're not good at filtering that behavior.
Yeah. Well, no, not
or responding to it.
Yes.
And who might give in and say, oh, okay, and help the person.
Or the opposite, like, and just go nuclear.
Oh,
and
yes.
like, oh, security's on the way. You're out of here.
Right. This lady was trying to be as nice as possible because she felt that this man was totally justified in being upset and knew that he was being very reactionary because he was put into an unfortunate situation abruptly, as most primates would react.
Yep.
And I'm not saying this guy is a primate. We're all primates.
Deal with it.
Yeah, hashtag deal with it. Bring the glasses down. And so she responds like that, and the guy plays the fucking card. He says, do you know who I am? He plays the card.
Who are you? Do we care?
And according to the report, there's no video or anything of this incident.
Oh, so this is all like text.
This is all text.
That you read.
According to the report, from witnesses, the woman casually, coolly grabs her little radio, goes on the radio and says, attention all passengers at the gate. We have a gentleman here at the gate who does not know who he is. If we could get some assistance here, that would be greatly appreciated.
Dude, that's...
And just totally flipped it on the guy. And it was so funny because I've never even thought about that.
That's spicy.
Like, he says, do you know who I am? And she takes it as, oh no, this guy has lost his identity. Everyone, this guy doesn't know who he is. Let's all come together and help him. And the guy...
That's great.
And the guy literally just said, fuck you! And like went to the back of the line. And
who was he?
Do we know? Who knows? Probably some business guy, you know? I'm the senior director of sales at the Poop Corporation. We've got turds to ship, you know? And like, he just goes to the back of the line and all the people like applauded her.
Yeah.
And that was just, what a heroic story. What a hero. What a hero to us all.
That's good.
And I was talking about this with Liz.
Man,
like,
that's good.
When you're in that situation where you're the worker and you're serving somebody, you're providing a service and you're accommodating somebody in a certain way, whether you're like a sales representative or whatever you are, where the customer or the consumer or whoever it is automatically in a position of power over you, and they try to power trip with that power and like get you to do something that's a little like that's a little bit immoral and a little bit taking advantage. And when the person in the subservient position is able to keep their composure and maintain their composure through the other person's escalation, it's just an instant win.
Yeah.
It's
heroic.
It's an instant win.
Because
especially when you have a big crowd like that around you who's all just bearing witness to it.
Yeah.
And it's just so clearly an instant win.
And no one's going to say anything. Like, but when that person finds a way to say something without saying something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because you're so limited. You can't respond how you would in the real world. You have to respond how your employer expects you to respond.
All right, so fuck this guy.
Oh, this guy's got the big bow.
Yeah, he's strong.
He's got the scary.
But Ford's fast enough to deal with him.
Dead.
Oh,
whoo!
Spicy.
Built Ford tough.
Yeah.
Through a wall too.
Yeah, throwing javelins and shooting arrows through the wall.
Yeah, just
through castle walls.
Blind fire.
Yep.
That one get ya?
Yeah, just like trying to like align it with like, oh, I hear his voice is like right in the middle here.
This castle's built like a bathroom. There's just all these
partitions.
walls.
Yeah, there's partitions, but no.
You could like see their feet underneath, and he's chucking the javelins over. Oh, when are we cutting this one off on?
We'll do it now.
Okay, it's time.
Yeah, it could be time.
All right, next week on the show, more excellent conversation with the boys.
Yeah, how'd you like that?
Yeah.
Liked it.
More
We liked
Fire
it.
Emblem on Monday. Until then,
On Wednesday.
Wednesday,
You can check out
we've got Champions.
Champions
Champions Onorath
with Kyle.
with Mr. Kyle H.
Larf.
Larf. Sir Larf.
Sir Larf.
Sir Larf a lot.
The Larf the elf.
That's you when you're watching. And then on Friday, we got some GoldenEye for you. We're closing in on that one. That one's getting spicy. And maybe
Streams.
a stream at the end of the month.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm personally excited for upcoming stream.
Yes.
But this won't.
This will be right after that.
Yes.
That last stream. Woo! Straight
Great.
fire.
It was great. Go check it out if you didn't see it.
Yeah. Check out the instant replay. Other than that, hit us up on the Snack Log Instagram. You can see what we're snacking on, what we're sipping, all those soda tastings. That's fun time. And if you want to talk to us, we're on Twitter. We're ready to chat.
Hit us up.
Slip into the DMs or something.
Slide into them. And we'll catch you.
Send nudes.
Don't. Please.
Why not, dude?
We're not ready for that. Whatever those people are going to send, we're not.
I'm so ready. I'm ready for anything. I ain't afraid of no nudes. I seen some shit.
Okay. Put him to the attention of Austin.
ATTN : Austin. At the top of all your DMs.
We have a filter set up, so they'll go to him and not me.
Yeah, we have a joint inbox. All right.
We'll see you in the
See you
next
guys
one.
next time. Farewell.
Bye-bye.